What's up guys, my name is Khan and we're back today with more Scrap Mechanic, and today we're going to try, I don't even know, this is just like an idea that came to the comments a long time ago when I made this. This is a piston wheel, this one in particular I made in Noob V Pro, and so you can see it's a piston powered wheel. And in that video, I got a lot of comments saying you should really try using it as a bot crushing device in survival. So like a vehicle that could drive around and crush bots. And so I thought today what we would do is make a much bigger version than this. This one's kind of small, and I'm worried that the little feet it drives on wouldn't be big enough to crush bots. So we're gonna make a much bigger version today, and we'll kind of do it step by step so you guys can see how it's done if you want to make your own. And then we're gonna try spawning some bots, some taupe bots, hay bots, and some of the big red guys, and see if this actually is an effective crushing tool. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lay out a circle, and I'm going to make this one a 15 wide circle. I'm just using a pixel circle generator, but I want to start by making a circle, and we're going to make it out of concrete 3 just because I feel like we need as much weight as possible, and I think the piston will have no problem doing it. So we're just going to make a 15 wide circle here real quick. All right, perfect. So this is our circle. It's 15 wide, you can see there. So we've got 16 blocks, and we're just going to fill it in, again, making this as heavy as possible. We are going to cut out a space for all the different things. So we're just going to fill in our circle, though, to start. And then we're going to put all our pistons around the outside. And I think this will be big enough so we can make nice, big platforms for the piston pushers. We're just going to turn it upright. Pretty easy to do that. We'll just place a block down, weld this thing on top. There we go. Delete that. And now we've got an upright circle. As you can see, this is much bigger than this one. This one would fit completely inside that circle. So we're making this part right now, and then we're gonna have the pistons extend out on the outside of that. So let's put a chair in the middle, and we're gonna use a saddle seat for this, of course, so that we can actually have everything symmetrical. And then we got to make all the individual attachment pieces around the outside. So we're gonna attach them to these points here. We're gonna be these corner points, and then the ones in the middle. So we're going to do just 8 again. I don't think you need to go more than that. I honestly feel like 8 is more than enough. And we're going to just attach them with some small pipe pieces and some bearings. We're going to just cut this out like this and like that. Oh, no, whoops, not that one at the top. But we're going to cut out the corner ones. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to just do like this on each of the corners, and this is just going to give us a mount point. Again, this is excessive. You don't really need this many blocks, but I'm doing it just to kind of keep symmetry and to keep the weight as even as possible on both sides. Once we're done with that, we're just going to attach some of these little, I don't know, weird L-piece thing, T-piece thing, I don't know what they're called, 3-way connectors, that's probably the right word. Again, attaching them in the corners. We don't really need the pipe pieces up here because we can attach a piston directly to that and it'll all fit the circle. Should be fine. And so we'll just do this. This is so big to work on. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And then we need, of course, our bearings. We could put bearings on both sides. I'm not really concerned. I don't think, like on this one, I think I only put the bearing on the one side. Yeah. You can put it on both. Like honestly, the structural integrity of it, I think, is going to be more than enough. Once we've got our bearings on, we just attach our T-pieces. I'm going to do them out to the sides. It doesn't matter. They're going to be either out to the sides or they're going to be up and down. I'm just doing them out to the sides so it's easier to access these two side pistons here. And then we're going to put pistons on all of them. So we're going to grab some level 5 pistons. And we're going to put one on each of them as well as one on each of the mount points. So piston here, one here, and one up. Oops, up there. So now we've got our basic piston wheel set up. And then on the edge of each piston, we're going to want to put our sensors. As you can see, we've got the sensor basically aligned right on the pistons themselves. We could offset the sensor a little bit, but I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to do this and like so. And then, of course, we're going to need a controller to control these piston angles. They are just fixed angles, so it's not a big deal. But we'll put in a level 5 controller anyway. And we'll just cut out a space up here and put in a controller like that and wire that in to all our 4 bearings and give them 45 degrees so they all point outwards, which is always in this first sort of column here. Now all we got to do is put platforms on the whole thing and rotate it all, but we got to do one extra thing first. We have to actually give us our steering capability. So to do that, we put a bearing on the back of each sensor. This probably would have been easier to do when it was on the ground, but we're going to just put a bearing on each sensor I paint my bearings black, guys. I just think it looks better. It's literally, it's not a conspiracy. That's all it is. I just think it looks cooler. You'll notice, too, I'm putting the steering bearing on the back, but I think we're going to put the platform all the way around it, so it shouldn't matter. And I guess we could wire this all up right away into the steering. And then we're just going to put, like, our platforms down. So we're going to use metal 3 for that. Got some concrete as well, actually, but we're going to use metal 3 to make our platform super strong. Perfect. So we've got our metal, you can see, in the direction of rotation. So we're going to roll, like, forward this way, and that's why we have the metal in the back. But now we're going to extend it out. So 16 is too wide. Let's go 10. So there we go. We're going to go 10 in either direction. It's going to be a relatively big wheel, but I just want to really make sure, like, we've got the best chance of actually hitting the crush target, let alone, you know, actually crushing it. I don't know if any of this is actually going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. All right. So right away, I've got a few problems. One, the steering bearings are struggling to get it back to center because of the weight of this wheel, which is kind of insane. So we can double up all the steering bearings around the wheel. And then 2, the steering bearings are all reversed. So we're going to have to flip them all, number 1. So we'll do that and flip all of these backwards. There we go. So I think that's, oh, except for you. Perfect. And then we're going to double up all the steering bearings. We're going to make these platforms bigger anyway. Yeah, there we go. There, see, look at that. It struggles. It truly does struggle. It definitely has the lean, like it'll definitely turn. But look at the struggle for it to get back to center. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna double everything up. So we're gonna put another steering bearing on the front and then make another beam on the front that's the same as the beam on the back and connects everything up. And then we'll, you know, weld them all together, hook them all up, and we'll be back in a sec. All right, so I've done most of the wheel. It's pretty easy. I've got a blank one here. So all we do is we put a metal piece on the other side where there's another steering bearing. And then we do that, and then we weld the 2 sides together. So now, if we hook up all these other bearings as well, and make sure they both rotate in the same direction, we should be able to steer with, you know, much more power. All the steering will have double the effect. Hopefully. I don't remember which one was which, so we're just gonna go for it and hopefully get it right. All right, perfect. It's looking mighty fine now. Look at this. We actually make a complete circle. I'm actually probably gonna cut some of these back. I want to make the wheels bigger. So if you see here, we've got a little bit of extra space. We could make each wheel 5 wide, which is what I want to do. But I think we're going to have to cut them back because I think the ends of them are going to hit each other. So let's just try this out here. We're going to make all these 5 wide first. Not with concrete. We're going to do it with metal. And then I think we're going to have to cut them back just so that they don't interfere with each other at the end. And we can really get like a nice, perfect crushing zone. But 5 wide leaves minimal gap, you can see. And I think that's going to be perfect for actually just destroying robots. All right. I've expanded the platforms. They're all 5 wide. I cut them back by 2 blocks on either side. But look at this. This is great. And now we're actually going to have to do the most painful thing. And by we, I mean me. So you'll see they still kind of touch a little bit. They're still a little too close. I don't like the fact that they overlap each other. We need to make sure that they don't do that. So we can fix that because we have a level 5 seat. And to fix that, you have to press E on a bearing, and then you can change the angles. And now I'm going to have to change literally like 16 bearings worth of angles. So I'm just gonna do this to like 15 degrees and we'll be back. All right, perfect. Look, 15 degrees, we can roll and none of the ends touch, so we shouldn't have any overlapping issues. We're not gonna get as tight of a turning radius, but I mean, this thing's, it's basically a steamroller. It's so incredibly heavy with the Concrete 3. I hope it moves. That's gonna be the next thing. So the final stage that we have to do really is wire the whole thing up. So I found just by my own experimentation that a sensor range of 10 seems to be relatively effective. Now, mind you, that's for this dimension of wheel. I don't know if it's going to change for this dimension, but I'm going to start with a sensor range of 10 anyway. So that'll be the first thing. I'm also not going to wire up a reverse into this because that's just double the logic for no reason. So there we go, sensor range of 10. We're going to put the pistons on very fast. We'll start them at 8. Movement, again, we can change this a little bit. Longer movement on the pistons can help with certain things. It might have to be like full length because of the size of this wheel. Obviously, if we have the pistons shorter, they move faster. So the thing with pistons is The speed, I believe, is like an actual like time to complete, not an actual speed of the piston. So like a speed of fast on a range of 1 is going to move faster than a speed of fast on a range of 8. If you just look at the overall speed of the end of the piston. But to make this work, it's actually pretty simple. So we're gonna hook a switch up, just like that. The switch goes into there, number 1, and then we need 8 logic gates, and each logic gate we'll just put pretty much next to each piston. So can I delete that block without there being a risk? Yes. Okay, perfect. So we'll put one there, put one up here. I'm just hiding the display portion of the logic gate just so that you don't see all these lights blinking. You can keep it visible. They are all going to be set to AND gates, so it's not really too complicated. And we can put one here. Don't accidentally delete the block below the piston. That would suck. There we go. Perfect. I mean, it actually wouldn't be too bad. You can just put another piston, weld it all on, and I guess reconnecting the steering would suck. Anyway, we got our 8 logic gates, okay? It's going to get really confusing to see, but we do have all 8 of them. And then we hook up the switch into all 8 and just connect it straight into all of them. And they are still AND gates, like I said, so it's pretty easy. And then each AND gate takes the signal from this sensor and the sensor behind it. So this one takes this sensor and the sensor behind it. This one takes this sensor and the sensor behind it, and so on and so forth around the whole circle until we have the whole thing chained up together. And so the idea is that this piston will only activate if this sensor is on and this sensor is on, which would then push it forward. This piston won't activate. Am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm gonna pretend I'm doing this right, guys. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, it should work, right? Am I crazy? This one activates when, yeah, that one activates only if this is on. Wait, did I hook this up wrong? And then that should be it. If I get in the seat, I press 1. Oh, I totally wired it up backwards. I am big dumb. As you can see, it wants to roll backwards. Yeah, it really wants to go backwards. It also needs a much longer range on the pistons and probably on the sensors too. Okay, well, remember what I just said about the sensors and stuff? Yeah, wire them up in the opposite direction. So, this one goes to the one in front and not the one in behind. So I'm gonna just reverse all this. All right, yeah, you just gotta get enough. You see, the platform is so flat that it just has to, there we go. See, once it's rolling, now we're moving with purpose. It bounces a lot. Come on, get going, get going. There we go, look at it go. Oh my God, this is aggressive. This might work. This might actually work. We are not turning. We are not turning. We're just going off this cliff. The turning is very gradual on the, okay, here we go. Yeah, just land, perfect. I mean, it is pretty awesome. We don't really need to be up there. So anyway, that's how you build one of these piston wheels. And make sure, of course, you wire it up to the sensor in front and then the current sensor, not the sensor in behind, unless you want to go backwards. Of course, you could put a second set of logic, so if you put another switch, another set of logic gates, and do exactly what I did, where you wire the sensors up in the opposite direction, then you have forward and reverse with just 2 switches, right? So we could do that and have a whole second set of logic gates. The switch basically just turns off all the logic gates and turns them all back on. So this thing struggles a bit to get going, but once it's going, it's doing pretty good. I'm not disappointed with this at all. Okay, so let's get back to a flat area. It looks like it might do some damage. It's definitely heavy. You can feel how bulky it is. And you know what? Let's try one little addition before we do this. What if we put some cactus pieces on it just to help give it, number 1, some grip, and number 2, we'll tilt the platforms forward to kind of promote the forward movement. So let me just find these cactus pieces here. Cactuses obviously have a really good friction of 6. So we'll just do like this and put like a line of cactuses along each edge on the back edge, right? So that'll help push us forward and promote the whole rolling thing. All right, here we are, the edge of the world. The flat earthers were right, except it's not an ice wall, it's a chain link wall. That's the one detail they were missing, but it's a chain link wall. And over there we've got just a bunch of Topot capsules. So we're gonna pop all the capsules, which I think is this. Is that, no, is that pop capsules maybe? There we go. Okay, that's very laggy. I might have... Oh, it was just the capsule spawning. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna run the wheel into them. These would be like a survival scenario. They're not trying to attack you. You're just roaming around in your piston wheel, and you come across a field of bots. What do you do? So let's see how this goes. Of course it has to get going. Here we go. Come on, bots. Come at me, guys. Oh yeah, here we go. And oh my god, it works. We just drive through, like they can't even... Oh, that one got picked up. Okay, we got it. Can we outrun them though? This is the thing. We can. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna outrun the big guy, but we can outrun them. So now I somehow have to turn around and go for pass number 2. Okay, this might work. Oh god, they're so laggy. There's so many of them. It crushed a bunch of them though. And I don't think we took any real damage. This thing cannot turn. It cannot turn. We're slipping into the water. Did they? Oh, they stopped on the aggro. All right, so we could just drive really far away and then turn around ourselves. It might need to be a little smaller with a steeper angle. The problem is the whole center section has to shift its weight. Wait a minute. What if we might be able to actually fix this? Maybe if we put just a little bit more weight in the middle here, like an extra couple concrete layers like this, right? That's pretty even. Just to make it a little bit more heavy in the middle, and hopefully that'll help, you know, I don't know, pull it more to one side or the other when it leans. It's all gravity, right? So that's the issue. All right, here we go. At least we can outrun the bots, so we can get far enough away. Let's try it again. Attack number 2. The bots are unsuspecting. I will say, this looks super oh, we lost a cactus. We did lose a cactus. Look at that. We are missing a single cactus. It is very menacing looking, though, when it comes stomping in. Just, come on, bots. Come at me, bro. Get wrecked. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's actually just a steamroller. This is why I need a reverse, but then I'd have to, like, stop and build up momentum. Does seem to turn a little bit better now. Let's do one more pass at these taupe bots, and then we're going to step it up to the next level. Obviously, we could eventually just kill them all. It seems like the only thing they can do is damage the cactuses, and even then, it seems like it was only just the one. I might honestly just not have placed it. I don't even know. I feel like I did, but look at that. That's so great. It just, like, crushes anyone in the path. It's not like a perfect crush. It only crushes the ones right under the piston, but that's so effective at killing those guys. So let's just kill the rest of them here. The good old-fashioned spud gun. I might actually have to build one of these in survival. I think I might spend some time maybe refining this design a little bit, figuring out exactly what good steering angle I could have. It obviously needs an angle a little bit better than what it's got, but then I'd have to make the platforms narrower to accommodate that. So maybe there's a good balance to be had. I know there's a kill all command, guys, okay, but this is just more fun. All right, once again, crusher wheel, a bunch of hay bots. I put less than the taupe bots, so hopefully it lags a little bit less. There we go. And let's see, I am worried the hay bots are faster, so they might be able to catch us. Once we go through, we won't be able to turn around, but that's okay. We can just keep driving around the whole map. It'll be fine. Let's see what happens here. They spread out a little bit faster. Come on, boys. Here we go. Oh my god, it just like rides up on top of them. Let's go. Get out of here. All right, can we outrun them now? Can we? I don't know. I don't think we can. Okay, this is where a good plan falls apart. Did they do any damage? I don't think they did. Oh, we can outrun them. We're very, very, very slightly faster. Like, just ever so slightly. Like, the slightest little bit. But we are faster in a straight line. So, if I just keep it straight, eventually they'll get unaggroed. And then we'll be able to turn around and go back at them. Even with the reverse, the problem is it would just, like, stop. And then it would take a while to build up momentum in the other direction. These wheels are cool, but they definitely have to, you can see, you have to build up momentum. Now, mind you, this one's very big and heavy, which is kind of why it takes a little bit more, but I feel like the smaller one just would not work as well. It would get tossed around. So here we go. Line of hay bots. This is the best possible situation. Let's do it. Get crushed. Get crushed. Get crushed. It doesn't crush them all. Sometimes, oh no, we're not moving. We're not moving. Get him. Turn into it. One of them took a slash at it. I don't know if he took out any of the cactuses again. Cacti? The multi-cactus? This is unbelievably cool. It's like, it's so ineffective, but yet so awesome at the same time. Like, it works. Like, I honestly didn't think it would work as well as it does. It does work. You could definitely crush stuff. Look at this poor little haybot up here. What's up? Hey, bud, you should have stayed with the pack. Don't you know? Oh yeah, raise your pitchfork. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Okay, well that didn't do anything. We're gonna do one last pass at the haybots, and then we're gonna try it with the red bots. Now I am only gonna do it against one red bot to start and see if it kills them right away. If it does, we'll do it against multiple red bots. But I mean, most times in Scrap Mechanic, you're only gonna come across one red bot or even a couple haybots. You're never gonna come across a big clump of haybots unless you're doing like a raid. And I feel like this would be the worst raid defense because even if you do one pass, you're not gonna kill them all on one pass, and the rest of them are just gonna ignore you and go kill your farm or whatever. So this isn't really a good raid defense, but in terms of like a survival exploration vehicle, it might not be bad, as long as you don't have any really steep hills to go up. On flat ground, this thing is kind of awesome. On hills, it kind of sucks. So these guys are all really spread out. Come on, come on, get under the, you're dead. It's so cool. Yes, get wrecked, get wrecked. Yes, you're dead. You, come here, come here, come here. Oh, I missed. All right, well, that's not bad. You know, it's pretty good. It's equally effective, I would say, at killing haybots and tote bots. The steering is a little bit garbage. All right, here we go. The big test. Pop capsules, single red bot. Come across them in the wilderness. You've got your piston wheel of power. And you're just like, you know what? I'm going to just full send it. I'm just going to go for it. I think the red guy is going to catch us. I think he's going to be fast enough, even with speed. I don't even know if we're going to crush him. He's so big. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Oh. Okay. We kind of just squished him into the ground. All right, attempt number 2. Here we go. Activate the crusher. Could also put thrusters on this to make it, you know, spin faster. And I guess if you did a thruster steamroller, it might be even better. But, you know, that requires fuel. This is technically fuel-free. You could use this in survival, literally set up like this without using any sort of electricity or gas. So there is that advantage. But I don't know if it can crush these guys. Like, we literally just, like, run them over. Oh, no, now he's Ragey McRagerson. I don't know if am I faster? I think we're slightly faster. I think we're just ever so slightly gonna pull away from him. I'm gonna do a piston adjustment. I'm gonna put them up to 15 again. Maybe that'll help. We'll get more height on them. Maybe crush them better. I don't know. It doesn't seem to do enough like impact to him. It doesn't hit him hard enough. The little guys, we've got enough weight to just like sit on them and crush them. Anytime now. Let's go. Perfect. Feels like we're slower. But maybe this will do something. I don't know. Let's go. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. It does feel so much slower than with 8. It feels much faster with the 8 piston length. Ready? It just kind of gave us like a bigger bunny hop off the top of him. But it honestly didn't. I don't think I just flat up don't think we're heavy enough to do any damage to him. All right, I did a little experimenting, and 7 seems to be a pretty good number. Like, look at how fast this is. We're not even touching the ground. The actual vehicle's just constantly above the ground, and we're just rolling like a wheel that never rolls. It's kind of really cool looking. So I'm gonna try with this. I also spawned 5 red guys down there. So we're just gonna pop capsules on those. And we're gonna do this as the final test. I don't think we're gonna kill a single red guy. I think it just doesn't have the weight, it doesn't have the speed, and the red guys are just get squished. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you want me to do other tests, other experiments like this. I don't know how I feel about this in survival. I feel like it'd be cool in survival if you had a relatively flat world. Obviously, a lot of the survival worlds I have a lot of hills, and I think this thing's nemesis is hills, so it wouldn't work too well. It's definitely an effective haybot and totebot crusher. Not so good for the red bots, and obviously tape bots, well, they'll just shoot you, so it really doesn't matter. I guess you could encapsulate the thing and then you'd be fine, but let's see what happens here. Come on, guys. Yeah, 4 you got aggroed. The 5th is just, I don't even know. Oh, it killed one. Did it? Oh, it did. It killed one and we lost a part. We lost a piston. Oh, now we lost the seat. Okay, so not so effective for killing the red bots. It did kill one though. It got stuck on top of him. This one's just fidget spinning. No, it's just, excuse me, sir. Sir, are you okay? Okay, you seem fine. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you want to try other experiments. I might try refining this wheel a little bit. If we made a wheel that was massive, had like 4 pistons on each one to power it, so it was like super strong, lots of steering bearings. Maybe if we had a huge, massive wheel, we could be big enough to crush the red bots. Super impractical, but maybe that's the solution. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure, of course, you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.